very firstly, it's the evening time, and from the same juncture onwards, I would like to express my views over regarding one topic today, and that topic named knowledge is power. But before I begin with my topic, let me familiarize you with something else. Let me give you a little account of something else. You know what? Today, the moment while I was giving some of the mathematics related questions to my younger brother, so at the same juncture, I felt like giving those same sort of questions to my followers, to my subscribers, and even to the lovers of mathematics. And moreover, you know what? Those questions which I have given are the quite astonishing one, flabbergasting one, dumbfounding one as well. Even my dad, even my elder sister, they both were unable to give the answers of those questions which I have given to my followers today. But let it be. Furthermore, before getting a new phone, I used to just brood over that when I would be getting a new phone, so I would try to just use YouTube. Even I would open my own account for opening a new YouTube channel. And so I used to just brood over that I would be getting more and more subscribers. I would be getting sizable and numerous and considerable subscribers in a day. But in vain. And very firstly, you know what? Our plans, even our thoughts, they can run according to our wills, but not always. That's the fact. And in addition to, let me just give you a colorful account of the topic of today, which means knowledge is power. Okay, very firstly, you know what? Our knowledge, that is our power, and even we are having the knowledge. In one sense, we are having the full control over the subjects. Even we are having a solid foundation over a particular thing, in one sense, in a particular field. Let it be. Furthermore, I just want to give you an instance regarding this. Okay, very firstly, in the instance, there are a couple of brothers. The very first named A, and the second brother named B. And A, he is having a solid foundation over academics. On the contrary, B is not having a solid foundation over academics. A is pessimistic. No, A is optimistic in nature. On the contrary, B is quite pessimistic in nature. And thirdly, you know what? A adores catching up on academics and getting engrossed on academics on the regular basis. On the contrary, B doesn't like to catch up on academics like brother A. And so in one sense, you know what? There is a massive, sizable and ample difference between these a couple of brothers. And you know what? To the utter dismay, these are the twin brothers. And you know what? All twins, they aren't alike. That's the fact. Even physically, mentally, all the twins, they are not alike. They are not identical. They are not same at all. That's the fact. But let it be. And very firstly, the fact is that A switches over to catch up on academics recklessly, and A used to work quite hard on the academics. On the contrary, all day long, B just prefers to play. And B goes out to play cricket on the regular basis, and especially for all day long. And for 50% daytime, A switches over to catch up on academics, and for the rest of the daytime, A switches over to just do about the household chores so as to help the parents, and so as to decline some amount of work of the parents, and so as to just decline the workload of the parents as well. And so, you know what? A gets good marks in the grade 10th and 12th. On the contrary, B gets failed in the 10th grade as well as in the 12th grade, and so thereafter B didn't try to catch up on, no, thereafter B doesn't try to catch up on the further education. On the contrary, A, since A is quite good in academics, and so A switches over to go to the foreign countries, to one of the foreign countries for pursuing further education. And even the parents couple of boys are half contented. The parents are half contented. Why? I know the reason behind that. Firstly, A is catching upon academics in a good manner, and A is the sage, cunning one. On the contrary, B is the vice versa of A. That's the fact. And even in one sense, the parents, they are full contented with the son A. On the contrary, they are not contented with the brother, with their son B, and with the brother of A. That's the fact. But let it be. And furthermore, eventually B tries the level best to catch up on the farming, as B is not having a solid foundation over academics, and B never aspires for becoming something in future like a doctor or like an engineer or anything. On the contrary, B aspires for becoming a great doctor by catching upon the MBBS. And so, eventually, fortunately, to the utter astonishment, A goes to one of the foreign countries named America, and A tries to just catch up on academics over there. And since A is a topper, since A is good in academics, so A flourishes and prospers in life. Even later on, A becomes the doctor. And not only A is the doctor, but also A, I'm going to say, not only A becomes the doctor, but also A is also having a solid foundation over agriculture. On the contrary, B is illiterate, and so B is not having a solid foundation over farming and agriculture. Nevertheless, notwithstanding, B is just trying the level best to just catch up on the farming. And furthermore, A tries to just do work in the foreign country, but later on, A goes to his own village for helping and even for looking after his brother. And so there, A used to give some good pieces of counsels to B for farming purposes and for how to control over the insects and for how to just increase the cultivation of crops as well. And so B just takes all those suggestions and advices of brother A. And so, you know what, since A is a doctor, and so later on A gives some of the money to his parents, A gives a handsome and even a hefty amount of money to his brother B for farming purposes. And so, according to me, it's quite visible, and even due to these statements, even due to this entire story, one thing is clear over here, which is that knowledge is the power. Due to the knowledge, A has become a doctor. On the contrary, B is still illiterate, and even B doesn't even know how to do farming in the good manner. And on the contrary, A is a doctor, and even A is having a solid foundation over agriculture, over farming as well. As A was interested in farming and agriculture, and so A used to catch up on academics. A used to just read geography and some other books regarding agriculture for learning something new regarding the farming. That's the fact. So even A used to help his own parents in their old age. And so A used to help his parents by giving some money to the parents. And so in one sense I can just reveal and relate this, that knowledge is the power. Let it be. Very firstly, you know what, today the moment while I was giving some of the questions to my followers by making some of the shots, and so my mom, she felt completely dejected with me. She gave a dislike to me. She voiced out me with disdain, as she detested that work completely. She didn't wanna that I should switch over to give some of the questions, some of the Herculean artworks and gigantic questions to my followers. And in addition to, according to her, I shouldn't try to just give those questions on the regular basis. Especially, I shouldn't try to give those gigantic questions to my followers on the regular basis. And even in addition to, She just wanted that I should just continue with making some of the videos, and I shouldn't try to just ruin and mediate my time by making some of the shots on the regular basis. And very firstly, I just accompany my younger brother for making some of the shots, and thereby his time that too vitiates along with my time. That's the fact. And so my mom, she just wants completely that I should just focus on merely a thing, which is the video part. And furthermore, today I used to just aware my dad of the questions. Even I used to just ask him some of those questions which I used to give to my followers. And so my dad, he was completely spellbound, flabbergasted, astonished, dumbfounded and startled. Furthermore, those questions sent a shiver down his spine. In addition to, you know what, he just tried to come to terms with that catastrophe. He just tried to shock the eerie feeling which persisted, but could it no wise, but in vain, but to no avail. And furthermore, his blood ran cold, his heart skipped a beat, and even a sudden fear crept into his heart about how to solve the questions. And even he used to brood over, he used to wonder at the answers of all those questions for over time, for a prolonged period of time, and consistently as well. And I hope that nobody has given those sorts of questions on the YouTube channel even yet. And according to me, that is a good thing, and one should try the level best to just catch up on those questions. And even I strongly feel like that my followers, they should try their level best to just give me the answers of all those questions in the comments. And even I highly recommend this, that they should try to do this. And furthermore, you know what, I adore one work on the regular basis, which is that just watch out the YT studio, and even watch out the comments, watch out the subscribers, observe the hours time of the subscribers, and even observe one more thing, which is the views of the subscribers and non-subscribers as well. I know one thing which is the quite astonishing one, due to which I was pretty much alarmed. I was in a fix. That thing is that, let me just spill the beans. Okay, that thing is that the subscribers of mine, they are just 24%, and they never try to watch out my video. They have just subscribed to my channel. On the contrary, the non-subscribers, they are 80%, and they try their level best to watch out my video on the regular basis, and every time, every moment as well. They tries to just observe my video, they tries to just catch upon my video, or they tries to just take a glimpse of my videos. That's the fact. Let it be. I just want more and more subscribers. And even the last day when I went to Milk's Dairy for taking the milk from there, so I used to just plead the milkman for just subscribing my channel, which named English with Aditi Dubey. And so, you know what, the astonishing thing used to take place, which was that he used to give me his phone, and even he used to ask me for subscribing my own channel by myself. And even so, later on I used to subscribe my own channel, and I was feeling completely thrilling beyond measure, as I have not been getting the opportunity of subscribing my own channel on my own phone, as this is impractical and unrealistic one as well. And furthermore, the fact is this, that I just wanted to subscribe my own channel, and so the last day my wish that was fulfilled, that was discharged as well. But let it be. And even today I used to make 4 of the shots, and I used to just copy some of the orators, and so it was completely visible that I was just lip sync and I wasn't speaking anything. And so it appeared me lifeless types, even purposeless, meaningless types, even that appeared me quite restful and futile as well. And so within no time, with a stroke of genius, I further decided that to delete all those shots. Even I used to make shots, I used to upload those shots, so that used to take my data, and thereafter I used to delete all those shots, and they were 4 in number, and even the day before the last day, I used to delete one shot in which I was just behaving like a ghost, as my tuft that was completely open, and so I used to just place the tuft just before my skull, and so as to just terrify my younger brother, and so as to just terrify the public, the audience as well. But in vain, as I used to get nearly 12 viewers, and so thereafter I used to feel like quite much crestfallen, affable, and terribly responded than ever, and quite swiftly, galloped hastily. I used to just delete that same sort of video from there, as I was feeling ungood with that video, I was feeling displeased with that video, and secondly, I used to just send the videos linked to my couple of teachers. The very first teacher was of the accounts, and second teacher was of the computer. And so I used to send the very first link of my very first video to those a couple of teachers, and thereafter I used to just use that the moment when they would be watching out my videos, so they would certainly come across those. Those shots of mine, and thereafter they would just comment something regarding that one. Even thereafter I thought that they would aware some of the school teachers about that one, and so I feared that one, and so I used to delete that same video, no, that same shot, as that was a shot, that's the thing. Let it be. And very firstly, let me just take a glimpse of the time. Okay, so very firstly, you know what? Today, the moment while I just gave some of the questions for doing purposes to my younger brother. So my younger sister, she used to just ask me for doing and preferring those same questions, and but in vain, as those questions were quite much Herculean, and that was one. So even it took me over time for just discharging those questions, and I used to give those same questions to my younger brother who is in grade 4th right away. And so it was itself his ideal to catch up on those same sort of questions. But let it be. Furthermore, today I used to watch out that some of my neighbors, they were just flying the kites, and even their kites were flying in the air, even in the sky, even in the high sky in one sense. And that scene was pretty much eye-catching, heart-touching one for me. And furthermore, I aspired for flying a kite. But you know what? The fact is that I don't know very much about how to fly a kite. On the contrary, my some of the neighbors, even my cousins, they know well words about how to fly a kite. And even they're having a solid foundation over how to fly a kite, and even they know well words about how to begin with kite flying. And even I get fail many a time in the beginning step of how to fly a kite. And even it sends a shiver down my spine whenever I tries to just fly a kite in the sky. Let it be. Furthermore, today I used to read the Hindi newspaper, and there what I saw that left me dumbstruck, paler, and aghast than ever. You know what? The news. That was itself the catastrophic one, heart touching one, emotional one, and furthermore, I felt like emotionally ill by reading out that same sort of news. So, very firstly, let me familiarize with the news. Very firstly, that news that was written in the block letters, and that was kind of like a headline over there. And that news was about a 2 months girl, 2 months year old girl, not year, as very firstly 2 months, 2 months on. I can't consider 2 months as the years. That's the fact. Okay, very firstly, she was not 20. She was 2 months girl, 2 months old girl. That's the fact. And very firstly, that same girl, she was unable to speak like all the other guys of her age, and even she was unable to walk. Even she was unable to just relate to her own dad about how she came out of the bomb of her own mother. And very firstly, she died, as some of her siblings or even some of her neighbors, they used to just throw her into one of the gutters which was beside her residence, and even she used to lie over there for 25 hours consistently. According to me, it's itself a prolonged period of time, and so she died due to not inhaling oxygen in the quite good manner. And very firstly, she was in the company of water, and so she used to drown into the gutter. And even this news used to quite much spread like the wildfire. And even very firstly, you know what, her mom, she used to just file a complaint about her, about missing of her child, in the railway station, no, in the police station. And later on, the police used to just observe the surroundings. Even later on, police got to know that she was lying in the gutter, and thereafter the police used to take an initiative, and the police tried their level best to just retain her life, but in vain, and now she is no more. And you know what, I'm quite much grief due to the same sort of fact.